I just can't.
Hey, my fellow ladies out there. So, men think they own you. Take it from somebody that used to be a man. You got boobs. You got a vajayjay. Guess what, honey? You own them. Trust me, they want it. Make them own it.
Okay, today, I can't believe the stuff I found. Like, I was like, okay, I'm going to do a video on this. Nope, I'm going to do a video on this. I have to, because first off, like, really, the world has gone completely insane. I think I've been saying this for years now, but I feel like it's seriously getting seriously worse. And that is a man who thinks they're a woman. And would they say, take it from a woman who used to be a man? No, you're still a man. Like, okay. Thanks for joining me today. Thanks for coming back to the channel. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for making this channel like go like crazy. I so appreciate you all so much. And whoa, I've been on dad duty for like, I think baby girl is a month, 5 weeks old now, and she's doing so good. So to all of you who keep asking, thank you so much. My life has changed. I feel so like blessed on so many levels. And anyway, we'll get into that more maybe on the live, or maybe I'll start doing some videos about being Mr. Mom. So with that, thanks again. I do appreciate you guys subscribing and all that. Let's get into these. I have some ones that are hilarious but shocking, but really? Do people actually like believe what they're saying? It's just mind-blowing. It's actually mind-blowing. Okay, here it comes. I hope you're ready for this. So if you're not, sit down and like maybe get a drink if you drink, or a coffee or a tea, because, or maybe not, you might spit it all over the screen. So here we go.
You stopped me because I'm a trans woman and I didn't do nothing wrong. Nothing wrong.
Okay.
Okay? You just hit me because you saw my face.
Ma'am, I've never even met you.
Okay. I am not going to give you
provide
my
the documents.
Okay. If I did not commit a crime.
That's fine.
Because you are discriminating on me.
Okay. Why do you have three different licenses?
Did you just say what I said?
I didn't, actually.
You didn't. Because you don't care. See? You don't care about people.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
No.
Can I see your other ones as well, please?
No, you cannot.
It's a crime to have more than one.
This is not a crime.
Okay.
This is my license and I'm not going to give it to you.
Okay.
My husband is dying, and it's not a lie. Okay? And it just happened 2 days ago. It's on life support. I'm a thoracic cardio surgeon at Atlanta. I'm on call, and I've been called from the hospital. My patient is dying. I need to go.
It's better that way sometimes. Nice boots.
Why do you have two driver licenses? Which one is my male? I'm a full surgery.
Okay.
Sex reassignment. I don't have to explain that to you.
The attached tag is not assigned. So this tag, as you can see, is out of Missouri. This car is not registered. It's an unregistered motor vehicle. This tag is not assigned to this vehicle. You're not the registered owner of this vehicle either.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Take me to jail. Take me to jail.
If that's the route you want to go, we can go that route.
Sure. I have not done nothing. I have not done nothing. Are you serious?
That's what you're telling us to do.
All right, so wait a second. Okay, I'll sign it.
I love that. It's so good. Okay, well, hello. Talk about like male energy. You only pulled me over because I'm a trans woman. You see, they're so crazy because first off, they're like not about passing, but then if they do pass or they don't pass, they get mad at you either way. It's just like they go around in circles constantly, right? Like it's transphobic for you to say I look like a trans woman, yet you literally know you look like a trans woman. And then they have like 3 different IDs, but it's because one of the IDs is male and the other one is female. That's not legal, by the way. That is actually illegal. So when sometimes you're a man and sometimes you're a woman, like you trans people are nuts. You're getting nuttier by the minute. And it's funny. I'm laughing at it. I don't care what anybody says. I'm laughing at it. It's hilarious. Oh, this next one.
I go to the pharmacy picking up my testosterone. They ask me for my ID. I give them my college ID that says Marshall on it. They give me my testosterone, charge me $80, and then they say, "Have a nice day, Mary." What if Mary shoots you with a gun? Okay, buddy.
Okay, well, wow, really? What if Mary shoots you with a gun? There's the violent side of the trans community. Secondly, they give the ID to pick up their. Never did they say their ID says male on it. Never does it have it says Marshall on it. But in the system, Mary, you are still Mary. And probably, I'm assuming, but it seems to me like the pharmacist got your testosterone because it says Mary Smith on it. It doesn't say Marshall Smith on it. Okay? So maybe that's what happened. And why are you so violent about your name? Why are you people so violent about your past living as Mary and now you're Marshall and now you're going to get mad because people call you Mary still? Like the privileged nonsense you people are. And then you're going to shoot somebody over your name? So many red flags here, so many insane red flags of the mental illness. It's crazy. Okay, I hope you're prepared for this one. Holy crap.
I feel like I just want to explain my gender concept a little bit better because I feel like I'm not really like explaining it. I'm just like, here are the labels. So like, also I brushed out my hair. I am not a man, but I am a boy. But I'm also a boy in the way that I'm a dog because the most gender that I feel in relation to being masculine is caninism. I feel feminine. I feel androgynous. I don't feel like a woman, but I was a girl. I did have girlhood. I will never have womanhood. I will never be a woman. However, I am a dyke. A boy dyke. Because like I said, the only concept of gender that I have is boy and dog. The boy that I am will never grow into a man, and the girl that I was will never grow into a woman. That is my gender. There you go. Also this, not masculine. Latino. My facial hair to me is Latino. I can't. I've seen so many women with beards. I can't at this point. You're going to tell me that my mustache means I'm a man? Fuck you, actually.
Wow. Just wow. How these are young people going spinning out on gender identity. I'm not a man. I was born a girl, but I'm not really a girl. I'll never see womanhood, but I'm a boy dyke. Dyke is relegated specifically to masculine women. No such thing as a boy dyke. Okay, so there you are co-opting that, pretending that you're a dog. Like that. Put the boy, girl, other shit to the side, but the fact that this person also relates to being a dog, what is that with this new trans ideology? What is this thing about identifying with animals? It's just completely bizarre. Mental illness, mental illness, mental illness. Wow. And the fact that they don't want to help each other is so bizarre to me.
This is not a hate crime.
Yeah, so
Transitioning children is not a hate crime.
So can you be honest with me? Do you think that kids have the mental capacity to be able to consent to things like puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones?
I think that children know themselves better than adults do.
Really?
Yes.
So if a 10-year-old wants to be with a 50-year-old in a sexual relationship, is that okay?
No, it's not.
Why not? I thought they were more mature than adults.
Because the 50-year-old should not be in a relationship with a child.
You just said they can be more mature than adults.
I said they know themselves.
Oh, so better than adults would?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the barrier?
I know myself better than anyone else.
So what is the line breaker? Why can't a 50-year-old, if a kid knows themselves and then they know what they want and they consent to the relationship, what is actually wrong with that?
Their brains are not fully developed.
Oh, perfect. So now are you against puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones?
No, I'm not.
So is that a contradiction there?
I don't believe that it is, because I think that it is singular issues that you're trying to correlate with one another that don't have anything to do with each other.
Fine, how about this?
You cannot equate child sexual relationships with an adult and transitioning a child who feels like they're in the wrong body. Those are not equatable.
They are equatable. I'll tell you why. Because when you say that a kid knows themselves, and you even admitted that their brains can be more developed than an adult, then I just don't see the line. It's a different example, but it's the same logic under that example.
I disagree.
So what? I guess what would you let them consent to? Is it puberty blockers and cross-sex hormones? Is there like a specific threshold you would set? An age limit?
No, there isn't.
No age limit?
Because the public should not be involved in that discussion. It should not be your opinion or my opinion that matters at all in those situations. It should be the child, their parent, and their physician.
Yeah. Well, here's what I'm going to say is I agree that it shouldn't be in the public space, but it's in the public space because you wingnuts put it in the public space, number one. Number two, We now have to step in as the public because you're abusing children and you're giving the wrong information to parents and telling them that their child is trans and giving them irreversible crap that will destroy not only their reproductive system, their sexual health, their brain growth, blah, blah, going on and on and on. But you stand there and act like you know what you're talking about. These are the wingnuts that are pushing this crap onto children and then spinning out when you challenge them, which is exactly what Charlie Kirk did, by the way. And they all spun out on him and got angry at him and are mad at him because he's like, hold on, wait a minute here. Show me proof. Show me proof as a transsexual. Show me proof that these kids actually know who they are at the age of 10. There's no proof of that. Zero. And in fact, I will be doing a new one on detransitioners as they rack up. Thousands of them are coming out. Yes, thousands are coming out. Okay, saying they made a mistake because there was nobody putting a wall up and just affirming them, which is what we've all been saying forever. This shit is, not funny. That shit right there pisses me off beyond belief because it's not trans anything. It is an ideological bullshit. Okay, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a warning on this one. Seriously. I'm just going to. Because just be careful. Maybe put your volume down a tiny little bit.
This is the neighborhood, and you are not welcome.
That's why I need to be here. You need Jesus, man. He can save you. He can give you a new heart. God can give you a new heart so that you love what God loves. No, that's irrational.
Okay, that's what I'm telling you. These people are possessed. That's possession by the devil. 100% possession. Who cares if you don't want to believe in Jesus or Christianity or whatever you don't want to believe in? You don't have to believe in it. But that says to me something so red flags, red flags, red flags, mental illness. Why are you screaming like that? And everyone, okay, just so you know, little one, everyone is welcome in the neighborhood. You don't get to police the neighborhood, just so you know. We worked as elders too hard to open up our hearts to the world so the world could join us. When you don't let people into your neighborhood, you're stopping them from learning about things that they might have other ideas about. Okay? So stop telling people they're not welcome to the neighborhood because maybe they're not gay, or maybe they're preaching the word of something that they think that person didn't sound like they were being mean and rude and ugly. There are mean, rude, and ugly people who try to force you into their ideological spaces, no doubt, everywhere. But that person seemed totally chill, and so maybe they want to introduce you to some faith, which seems to me like you might need some. So stop telling people they're not welcome to the neighborhood. You're all welcome to the neighborhood, okay, as long as you're respectful and everyone's respectful and you can come and coexist in that space, in my opinion. Okay, here we go.
Shut up! Shut up! God damn it! Shut up and let your fucking God! Nobody fucking cares! His balls filled with lightning, do they jangle like heaven's keys? What does your God have big fat dick? Cause it feels like it's fucking me!
Again, the person was just like, Jesus died for your sins on the cross, and these people went nuts. They actually went nuts. They're possessed by the devil. They are. These are completely insane. Again, I don't care if you want to believe in Jesus or not. Who cares? You don't have to be a dick, and you don't have to act like, oh, that sounds like possession to me. Oh my God, you people, you need faith in your life. I don't care what it is, but you need something. Okay. Here's the last one. I hope you enjoyed laughing with me today at these insane weirdos. So this last one I want to bring to you because I think it's a little it's a big important message for you all out there if you're confused.
Do y'all know what flagging is? Septum ring theory. Yeah. Actually, yeah. I have this ring in my face and this slit in my eyebrows and this color in my hair to tell you I don't want to interact with you, and to tell the people who I do want to interact with that I want to interact with them and I'm safe and I have similar beliefs to them. Like, y'all have come up with a new name for it, but it's called flagging.
No, it isn't.
It's been a thing for a very, very long time. And in fact, in moments of political unrest like we have right now, where people aren't safe and they're persecuted and they're targeted by their governments, flagging gets stronger. Because I don't actually want to talk to you. I want to signal to the people who I do want to interact with and who I have similar beliefs to. I want to signal from a mile away to them who I am. It happens to also be signaling to you who I am. And the more that you interact with my content or the content of any queer person, the more you're going to get content from us on your For You page. So
I just wanted to put that one there. They just go on and think they're so smart. First off, I want to let you know that flagging has nothing to do with what this person is talking about. Flagging comes from a gay male space. That's all I'm going to say. You can totally Google it. This person has no idea what they're talking about. Again, co-opting LGB spaces in order to queer themselves out. This person isn't even queer. They're just a completely lunatic person who has some mental stuff going on and latching on to this identity. Okay. But the most important part of that message that I want to leave you with is they said that they do not want to interact with you. Remember that, okay? And remember this piece right here. They do not want to interact with you. So to you, little one, and I'm just going to say people like myself, who if you want to join that, that's cool, don't want to interact with you. So how about if you walk on that side of the street and we'll walk on this side of the street, and you can just keep on going in your mental illness and your anger and your violence and your co-opting of spaces that people fought before you were even born in order to coexist in the world. So just keep walking on your side of the street, stay away from us all because you're wingnuts and no one cares anymore. And you're all going down. So you can go back and crawl underneath the rock or the cave or wherever you came out of and just keep moving on, okay? So I just want to remind you all, they don't want to interact with you, okay? I don't want to interact with them. So that's the message I want to leave with you today. I hope you enjoyed laughing with me today. It's insane. It's actually I feel like it's getting worse. And usually things get worse before they get better. So let's hope eventually it's going to hit rock bottom, which is what happens when things get really bad. They hit rock bottom, and then you got to start rebuilding from the ground up. So hopefully we'll start rebuilding from the ground up soon. The delusion keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Hello, my name is Gabby. I'm a trans non-binary individual, and today I had a curious cis dude ask me if I had any transformative surgery. And let me tell you why that is not the question to ask anyone, not even cis people. Do not ask people what surgeries they've had, regardless of who they are. It's strange, it's weird, it's asking about their body, it's wondering about their genitalia. I appreciate curiosity, but don't question the surgery part of things, because not all trans people get surgeries. Not all trans people are dysphoric in their bodies. And when you ask those questions, when you ask, did you have any surgeries, just curious, that just means that you're wondering about somebody's body.
All transsexual people are dysphoric in their bodies, by the way. And why I'm so sick of this nonsense. These people have co-opted transsexualism. I'm trans non-binary. Ugh, don't ask me about my surgery. What? Of course you can ask about surgery. Of course it's human curiosity to ask about that. That's just the reality of it. Go ahead and ask. If the person doesn't want to answer you, they won't. If they do, like I do, I'll tell you what surgery I've had and have not had. Okay? Dysphoria is it's body dysphoria that transsexual people have. We have dysphoric around our natal sex. It's why we get surgeries. Should I take off my shirt right now and literally show you my chest? That makes me feel so masculine. It's one of the whole reasons why we transition is to get these surgeries, okay? So when somebody like that, who has co-opted the transsexual space for some kind of identity freak out that they're having, because they're just going through some identity freak out, instead of figuring it out through clothes and makeup and haircuts and all the normal things that we used to do, they're co-opting trans because they haven't had any surgery. Maybe they're injecting a tiny little testosterone to get a little teeny mustache. But other than that, nope. You actually literally need dysphoria to be trans. That's the definition of it, period. Don't let these people hijack it. Don't let these people gaslight you all. It's the reason why the whole thing is a mess and everybody hates trans people, because I'm not a part of that, okay? I'm fighting to get us back into a space where people have some kind of like empathy towards us, and the horrifying dysphoria that doesn't enable you to walk the world comfortable. So with that, I feel a little bit pissed off today. I just feel pissed off. Even though some of the stuff I can laugh at it, I'm just pissed at these losers pretending they're trans and telling everybody how to be trans now, and forgetting that many of us fought to get to this medical space that's now all being taken away because you put kids, and we're plucking them out. You put kids into it. When you put kids into something like that, it's all over, loser. So with that, thanks again for liking, subscribing. I appreciate it so much. And before I move forward, I want to bring you today's sponsor. Thanks to today's sponsor, Blood Flow 7 by Juvenon. It is scientifically designed to support healthy circulation so you can feel more energized, clear-headed, and vibrant again. It is a nitric oxide supplement which helps to bring blood flow to your body. This means more oxygen and nutrients to your brain, heart, and muscles, and even places that you might need a little more help with. But that being said, I also use it for the gym because it does help to bring blood flow to the muscles, which help the growth of the muscles. So that is also with just one dose a day, you can reclaim your stamina, support heart health, and improve overall vitality without caffeine and stimulants. Try Blood Flow 7 today and feel the difference where it matters most, inside your veins. Visit bloodflow7.com/buck. Again, that's bloodflow7.com/buck. And I'll put the link in the description of this video so you can again check it out at bloodflow7.com/buck.
I still want to be around lesbians, and I still want to be around people who generally don't like men. You know what I mean?
Sure. But don't you think that, and I don't know.
Wait a minute here. This person, who I'm assuming is a trans man, who's a biological female, is assuming that lesbians hate men. That's just not true. That is actually not true. And it's kind of gross for this person to say that.
Know, right, what your experience is, but you don't think that lesbians are softer to trans men? I mean,
of course.
Yeah.
But then that's where people want to like violently affirm my gender and be like, you transition, you're a guy, boy.
Yeah.
So therefore I'm not attracted to you. And I'm like, well, stop right there, actually.
Oh,
you know what
interesting.
I mean? Because I think a lot of trans men would be like, yes, and want to be that like binary man. I'm not there. I'm not living there. I don't really like it.
Really?
I wanna be where the masked lesbians are.
Then stay
I
lesbian.
wanna be like, I see us as same.
You're
I
not.
have just been on HRT.
So you don't relate completely with the male experience?
No. Because like a lot of trans men like claim that, and I love that for them, right?
Absolutely. And what's individualized.
Yeah, and they're super proud to be like, I'm a man, and not only am I a man, I'm a nurturing, loving, caring, soft man, or like maybe they're not, or like whatever, but they're like bringing things that are usually not attributed to men, and they're very proud to be men in that way. I don't feel that. I just feel like, I don't know, I feel more in the middle or more neither.
So this is what I want to show you. This is a trans mask butch lesbian. Okay, that's literally what this person is. They're not trans. They're not like me. They don't want to transition to be a man. Okay, they want to still be with the lesbians. And the lesbians are like, dude, you take HRT and you are looking like a dude. and we're attracted to either very masculine women or women, just women. So you've now opted yourself out the game, but now you're all, wow, I still want to be around lesbians. I'm gonna keep saying it over and over again. Number one, these people have appropriated what trans is. Number two, when you choose to transition with hormones and surgery, you have now chosen to take yourself out of the gay women's space, okay? That's just, and you can't have everything you want in transition. That's why you've got to sit with it, and it's why a 10-year-old can't make these choices. It's absurd that this person, y'all are so entitled. It's so insane. Your entitlement is easing, like seeping out of your pores and out of your everything, out of your mouth, your entitlement. Like, I still want to be a lesbian. I don't know, but I want to grow a mustache and I want to look like a man. And it's just, there is so much underlying of all this. I really believe there is so much underlying like misogyny and so much underlying sort of self-hate of being a woman, seriously, that it's just coming out in so many weird trans mask is just a butch lesbian, just so you know. This next guy, man, I do play him a lot because I just can't stand his energy, and he's such a whiny little bitch, and he's always begging for money to move out of the country, yet he hasn't moved out yet. He's still in the United States. The scariest part about this person is they're a therapist. They are an actual therapist, and they believe in trans kids, but this is hilarious. Watch this.
So I just got pat down by TSA for the first time. For those of you that are new here, I'm a trans guy. I've never been pat down before. I've also never packed when going through TSA, so I think that's what did it. I decided to pack with a crochet packer.
Why?
And it flagged as abnormal in the crotch area. The guy pulled me aside, and I immediately saw the warning on the crotch area, and I just let him know, hey man, it's flagging me because I'm a trans guy. Now, he was super respectful. He, admitted to me like, hey, I've never encountered this before. Who would you feel most comfortable being pat down by? And I was really grateful that he was so thoughtful about the situation. So shout out to, the guy at Denver International Airport. Now, I've gone through TSA many times in the past without packing, and I have never flagged. But just a heads up, crochet packers are a no-go. You will flag and they will pat you down.
This is the most hilarious thing. He was looking for problems. He was actually looking for a problem. If you went through TSA many times before without having any problems because you didn't pack, and for the people out there, packing is a fake penis in your underwear so it looks like you have a bulge, okay? So if you know that it's not going to cause any problems, then why would you pack? You packed a crochet packer, which, what? What's a crochet packer? Basically, it's a piece of like something that's crocheted into a ball. So when you I used to use a pair of socks if I was feeling that I needed to have the bulge, which then I just got over it, and I barely ever packed my whole life. So that being said, he knew that he was going to get busted, and he did it anyway because he wanted to do it so that he could make a TikTok video. That's why, okay? So, these people, they just want to cause problems. They don't want to. I'll tell you a funny story real quick here. So I was going through the pat down process. I think it was a pat down. I had to have a pat down for some reason. I got profiled a lot. And then he was patting me, and then he said, I'm going to run between your legs, like they say that. And then he ran between my legs, and then I saw his face kind of like, because remember, I'm not packing. Then he runs again through my legs, and he's like, I watch his brain just like exploding, and he's doing it again. And then I go, oh yeah, no, I have a vagina. And he's like, what? And I said, oh no, I'm a transsexual man. I don't have a penis. And his face dropped so hard. He was just like, okay, you can go. I was just like, it was so classic to watch this dude's eyes roll out because he was trying to find the bulge and there was no bulge. So I've dealt with these TSA people forever and ever and ever. Very rarely. Mostly I got pulled over because they were profiling me because of my tattoos and bald head. And I look a little sketchy, I guess. And so, but other than that, never have I had ever in the year upon year of traveling the whole world, have I ever had a problem with being a transsexual person. So I just think these people, they're looking for problems. They want to go on TikTok and talk about the problems. And just so you know, don't wear a crochet packer. How about just don't wear a packer?
So weird that I now pass as a man because now I'm just a little annoying white guy versus like the cool butch lesbian. But at least I'm not as depressed and don't want to.
You know, this one doesn't make sense to me in any way, shape, or form. At all. I feel like they want to be in a victim space, right? So you should be happy that now you pass as a dude, but then you had to mention that you pass as a white dude. And if you, I don't know if you notice in the top of the video, it says, so like, thanks, patriarchy. You people are so ridiculous and embarrassing, honestly. You know, aren't you supposed to be transitioning to look like a dude? And then you're not happy that you look like a dude because now the patriarchy and you look like a white man. The racism lately is just bugging me so much. But then again, you are happy because you don't feel suicidal anymore. You know, none of these people went to therapy before they transitioned. I will almost guarantee you. None of them. Or they didn't finish their therapy. Or they're not still going to therapy. And this is why, again, young people should not be transitioning. They're never going to be happy. Ever. Ever are they going to be happy. They're always going to find another problem. Now I pass. Now I'm like a white man. Now the patriarchy. Now I don't like the way I look. Now I'm just, you know, I don't want people to ask me about my surgery. Now well, maybe just don't tell people you're trans and just keep walking the world and no one's going to ask you anything about yourself. You're dying to be a victim. You really are. It's like you're obsessed with being a victim.
Trans kids are not your enemy, and if you really cared about protecting the children like you say you do, the suicide rates of queer youth would fucking horrify you.
Oh my God, I can't take it. This trope, the suicide rates of queer youth are so small that there isn't even statistics for it. So again, they keep when you keep lying about something so sick, people are not going to pay attention to it anymore. When you keep yelling fire when there's no fire, nobody's going to come to put out the fire. And you are all causing this. There is none. That's not happening. Ideation is different than actual going through with it. We know it. I talk about it all the time. That idiot Chase Strangio in the Supreme Court admitted it to the Supreme Court that nope, there isn't any. It's not happening. It's not true. Come on, man. And then what? Why do you have to look like that? Just why? Why? I don't want to be attached to these nuts. They're nuts. They don't want to just transition and move forward with their lives. They just want to keep perpetuating being trans.
Have you ever had your top surgery canceled with 3 days of notice and your surgeon doesn't call you to let you know about that until Friday at 4 p.m. when your surgery is on Tuesday? So there's literally nothing that you can do before they cancel the surgery. And even though you contacted insurance immediately and got all the information that you needed from them, you sent it in at 5:02. 5:02. Also, you now have no work for 4 weeks because you took off time explicitly for top surgery. And you've had people who were supposed to come help you and you had a whole fundraiser show. What the fuck?
A fundraiser? You can't even afford it, yet you're getting it. But wait, hold on.
What do I do? Like, fuck the healthcare system.
Wait.
My insurance, and I come to find out that...
Your insurance. So you have insurance, but you're still having a fundraiser. You people are such grifters.
Claim wasn't denied.
You have an actual insurance claim, yet you're having a fundraiser.
The surgery center canceled it. So now they have to resubmit a new claim on Monday.
I'm confused.
And hopefully that gets approved. But even if it does, that's not going to get approved for like 15 days. And the surgery that I was supposed to get on the 22nd of this month now has to be rescheduled for who knows when. And so now I have to raise all this more money.
For what?
For what? I want to know what they need. I really want to know what they need to raise money for. If they have insurance and it's being paid for and you have a job and all this stuff, what are you raising money for? Right? So this is the thing. They all do these GoFundMe for their top surgery. It's crazy. So that being said, I also want to say this. That person does not look mentally stable enough to be having top surgery. If you were going to break down like that because your top surgery got pushed back, just so you know, it got pushed back probably because the surgeon had something else to do or it got backloaded. There's many reasons why it's not just about you. Our system can be overloaded, or maybe somebody else had an emergency more than a top surgery, which is a cosmetic surgery, by the way, and had to push you to over here while this other more important surgery had to be taken care of. It's not all about you. So I don't particularly believe somebody like that should be even near top surgery. They are too delicate and too freaked out to even understand what is happening here. And it's all me. Also, the fact that they're actually having like some kind of GoFundMe thing to like, what are they financing? Oh man, it's just so pathetic. Okay, this next one I really just have to show you because says everything about the trans community.
I am Filipino Japanese, second generation. I'm a disabled trans man, but I'm also a Medicaid patient. I'm also a person who uses food stamps. I'm also a person who has been through houselessness in this country. I am also a person who has gone through substance use and addiction. And most of all, I am a patient of Planned Parenthood.
Of course you are.
Oh my Lord.
I am everything that Donald Trump and Elon Musk want to erase.
I had to show you that. It's a little bit the audio because I had to take out the other audio for copyright, but it was like a music. But that being said, oh my God, they have everything in the book. And they're disabled, they're Filipino American, they're homeless, they're a drug. I was homeless and a drug addict. Okay, and I got my shit together. Like, get your shit together. You can't rely on the government for the rest of your life, and you're a trans man. How are you transitioning when you're homeless, disabled, on Medicare, and why you're using Planned Parenthood? Okay, so who's paying for all of that? We are, by the way. So you just and that you're right. That's everything that they don't want you doing, which is abusing the system. You look young. You look super young, and you should be out there trying to figure your shit out and get yourself well before you are a trans man. And that's it. That one right there to me completely is what trans is now. Okay? It's actually what trans is now. And it has really gotten this group of people who now represent trans community. Okay? And it's just so sad to me that, I know I'm laughing because it's just so absurd. It seems like a Saturday Night Live skip. But, I mean, really, I think they named 7 or 8 different things they have going on. Okay, and why are they even in the trans space? They should be getting mental health care and getting off the street and getting their drug addiction taken care of and, getting whatever other medical things they had going on, okay? So, oh, wow. Just wow. No wonder. That's it. They just keep pushing it down. The dominoes are falling. And every time you guys go on TikTok and you put these things out there and everyone sees it because I'm exposing you because I don't want to be attached to you, wingnuts, then this is exactly what happens, okay? It's all the bottom is falling out on all of you. This last one, I thought, I just want to do this because I want to show you the difference between what's happening and the reality of it all. I just love it. That's it. That's these new trans people, okay? That's literally what they're doing. They're cross-dressing. That's an actual cross-dresser or a drag queen or some. It's a man who wants to put on women's clothing but still knows they're a dude, okay? That's a difference between that person and me. I never take this off, okay? I always walk the world this way, but I know that I'm female, and I will continue to say it until all of this stuff falls, and hopefully I never have to say it again, but I will continue to say it for the sake of us coming together. You out there who have now decided that trans people are all wingnuts, I want you to see the reality of people like myself, transsexuals, who don't want to be connected to this insanity. And we got to get these young people some mental health care. They're so mixed up, and it will fall. Don't even think it won't, because it is happening more and more every day.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel today. I couldn't wait to do one on this one. People are losing their minds over an ad for jeans. And they've just got, and I'm going to say it, is it the woke? Everyone's just tired of these ridiculous people. And so with that, I'm going to bring up this next one. So thanks for joining me today. Thanks for liking, subscribing, and joining the channel. I do appreciate you so much. And this is just like, oh, and I wore my jean jacket just for this because I just think she's super hot. And I actually think the ads are pretty hot too. And they're very smart. So with that, let's get into this next one.
I will be the friend that's too woke because those Sydney Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird. Like fascist weird. Like Nazi propaganda weird.
My body's composition is determined by my genes.
Yum.
Hey, eyes up here.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has very genes.
Should we be surprised that a company whose name is literally American Eagle is making fascist propaganda like this? Probably not. But it's still really shocking. Like, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes.
Oh my God. First off, look at the flag behind this person. And I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it. I think it's all the ugly ones who are pissed. She's so hot and they can't handle it. So they're just going to like rip her looks apart and call her fascist and a Nazi, which literally has nothing to do with it. None of that. None of that. You can't even have a play on words anymore because people are so sensitive and ridiculous. And it's always ones like this. It's so the jealousy seeping out.
Like, that is Nazi propaganda. I also am thinking about like all of the young girls who are doing their back to school shopping right now at places like American Eagle who are seeing ads like this.
Yeah, right on.
Yikes. Also,
yikes, we're over your ridiculous, stupid ads with, remember when Target was just targeting young kids to be trans and non-binary? So whatever you're talking about, person, your flag in the back is part of your propaganda. She's just a hot chick in jeans talking about her actual genes, but you are also incredibly sensitive and ridiculous. You can't handle it.
American Eagle is mostly a brand that like teenagers to like young adults shop at, and so the fact that like this type of advertising is being used that feels so for the male gaze and
right on, and I'm gazing hard, so like, so what? Bring back male gazing. Like you all you did in this whole other ad campaigns that you all did, all these woke ridiculous, were the most insane looking people ever. People are tired of it. They want to see actually good looking people in ads. Sorry if you can't handle it, but I have no idea why all of a sudden being blonde-haired and blue-eyed and a hot person is a bad thing. Next, you're going to call it fat phobic.
So over sexualized. Like,
over sexual.
I just don't.
You guys are the ones putting drag queen hour in kindergarten. What?
Like it. I don't like it even a little bit. Bro, and I haven't even mentioned the fact that this entire ad campaign that Sydney Sweeney is doing right now is incredibly reminiscent to the Brooke Shields Calvin Klein jeans ad campaign that she did when she was 14 years old.
Oh, wow.
That was extremely over-sexualized and weird.
Yeah, of course you would say that.
Why are we referencing that?
Oh my God, yet you want to give children puberty blockers and change their sex. You people are totally out of your mind. Okay, enough of you because you're just jealous. Like, you're jealous. It's obvious. So I want to remind you of something. Thanks to today's sponsor, Blood Flow 7 by Juvenon. It is scientifically designed to support healthy circulation so you can feel more energized, clear-headed, and vibrant again. It is a nitric oxide supplement, which helps to bring blood flow to your body. This means more oxygen and nutrients to your brain, heart, and muscles, and even places that you might need a little more help with. But that being said, I also use it for the gym because it does help to bring blood flow to the muscles, which help the growth of the muscles. So that is also with just one dose a day, you can reclaim your stamina, support heart health, and improve overall vitality without caffeine and stimulants. Try Blood Flow 7 today and feel the difference where it matters most, inside your veins. Visit bloodflow7.com/buck. Again, that's bloodflow7.com/buck. And I'll put the link in the description of this video so you can again check it out at bloodflow7.com/buck. All of the ads these people were doing back in the day that destroyed companies. Do you remember this one?
Impressive carrying skills. I got some Bud Lights for us. So, I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport, but either way, it's a cause to celebrate.
Gross.
This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood.
There you go.
Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever.
There you
a can
go.
with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness.
There you go. So I'd like to know to that one, what are you talking about? You literally put a man in woman's face to do a beer commercial for dudes. You destroyed that company, by the way. That company tanked after that. So let's just see how this company, American Eagle, does after this hot it's a hot ad. And we're going to see how they're going to skyrocket after they got back to normality here. They're such cool ads. They remind me of the 70s, to be honest with you. It has nothing to do with race and eugenics and all the other things that you guys all, and it's fascist and all the same words you guys keep using over and over. Let's look at a couple more of these wingnuts.
Somebody who, for some reason, is still not understanding what the problem is with this Sydney Sweeney ad campaign. Let me explain it to you in the simplest of terms.
Okay.
To say that there are good genes is to imply that there are also bad genes.
Well,
do you get it now? Oh, but it's a pun. It's a pun. Explain the pun. What's the pun? It's eugenics. Yeah, eugenics.
Told you, eugenics. They're totally using that. These are the same people who support Planned Parenthood. Maybe just do a little research on Planned Parenthood, buddy, or Mrs. or whatever, And why are they all so ugly? I just don't, you know what? In my opinion, they're all so ugly, and they're jealous. That's really what it is. So let me bring up... I'm being such a dick right now. I can't help it. It's literally like an opening for me to be a dick. I can't help it. Like, I'm just going to be that dick right now because these people are so frustrating. They'll never admit to destroying Bud Light.
Sydney Sweeney's jeans ad is giving ethnic state propaganda. It is giving dystopian. It is giving 1940s Germany. And they could have had her said anything. She could have just said, "I'm hot, drink my bathwater, here are my jeans." But instead
she's
they have
hot.
to say genes are passed down from parents to children. I have good genes. My genes are blue. Why? Yeah, no, that was like the most thinly veiled propaganda I think that I've ever seen. I hate it. It was all too much and yet not enough because like the entire time she's like dead in the eyes as she's saying, "Look up here. Genes are passed down from parents to children." And I hear that they scrapped a Renee Rapp collab for this, so I'm just wondering why they thought this was the move of everything.
Because she's hot, and it really is the move of everything, and the ads are awesome and genius. But no, what does it have to do with anything you just said? And again, why do they all look like that? They're so jealous of her beauty, and it has nothing to do with being a Nazi, being a Trump supporter, you're just going after her now. It's just unbelievable. You can't, you know what? Your woke insanity is over. No one wants to see obese people doing lingerie ads. Sorry, okay, call me fat phobic all you want, but that's the reality of it. Nobody wants to see obese people doing Calvin Klein ads. If you look, Calvin Klein started going back to making ads with ripped, awesome looking abbed people. Just the way the world works, okay? I guess beauty is in the eye of the beholder and the person who has the credit card.
I just want to say that I'm feeling very validated as a longtime Sydney Sweeney hater. I feel like this American Eagle ad is just the final boss culmination of everything that I already thought she was. She has always been a no principles, pick me, guys gal kind of girl. Which also makes sense why all the MAGA stuff tracks too.
MAGA.
But I feel like we saw this a little bit for the first time with the whole Glenn Powell charade where they pretended like they were dating when they were both engaged to other people. And then Glenn Powell's ex-fiance came out not too long ago. And said, yeah, everybody thought I was in on the joke. I was absolutely not in on the joke. And Sydney Sweeney has all but pretty much said that she will do anything for a check and that she does not give a single fuck about anything else. Now,
right on.
American Eagle would do this ad, and this very expensive ad. I guess all their body positivity stuff was all for show.
Told you.
So joke's on us, but...
Joke's on you. Total hater. Can't stand her. And at least she's being honest. She'll do anything for a check. I just love it. It's so good. We're coming back to reality and people being honest about it. It's just about the money. And I didn't know American Eagle did body positivity ads. We probably know that it tanked the company. It tanked them. They couldn't afford to continue to do body positive. People don't want to see that stuff. Okay, if you want to see that stuff, go over there and do your own thing. But the majority of the world does not want to see that. Okay, there's a reason why people like her are looked at as beautiful. There's a reason why, because somehow the psyche thinks people like her look beautiful, including myself. I think she's super hot, and I think the ads are super hot and have nothing to do with fascism or Nazism or any of that stuff. You people are digging so deep. I thought this was a really important piece right here.
The ad works. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it did what it needed to do. They rage baited us into these think pieces, into a stock market redemption arc, and the ad worked. We're living in an age of social media where if you want distribution, you have to be as polarizing as possible. Because there's a lack of nuance and people have a moral high ground that they have to perform to achieve, the ad works. Congrats to the agency that did this ad. It did what it needed to do. Everyone hates it, but the stock market loves it. And so will middle America.
There you go. That's it. Told you. There you go. There you go. They did what they needed to do. That's called advertising. If you know anything about advertising, you know anything about YouTube, TikTok, all of it. It's all about rage baiting. It's all about now it's the #1 talked about ad on the internet. And their stocks flew and everyone's running to American Eagle, including me, where I've never shopped in my life. And I'm going to go check out their clothes. I'm just like, what are you all talking about? It is a genius ad. And no one's giving them, people are giving them props for it. So maybe buy some stock. And all the wokey weirdos are with nose piercings and literally I've always hated her. Yeah, it's so fucking hilarious.
People seem to be forgetting that Sydney Sweeney is from Spokane, Washington. And if that doesn't mean anything to you because you live outside of Washington State, it ain't good. It's very red. It used to be and potentially currently is, but don't quote me on that, the meth capital of the state. Did we forget that her mother had a Donald Trump themed birthday party?
So?
I don't know why anybody is surprised by what's happening with this American Eagle campaign.
What are you?
She's a racist. What? And you know why we know she's a racist? Not just because of the circles that she spends time in, not just because of where she's from and who her family is, but because she's never come out and said that she isn't.
Oh my
All of
God.
this stuff stacked against her.
Wow.
And she's never once been like, no, I'm not.
Why should she?
That's her answer, people.
Oh my God. Now you're literally accusing her of being a racist because her mom votes for Trump and she's from what? You people are sick. You're actually sick. And also good for her for not playing into your gaslighting bullshit. Because just because you don't like her and you think she voted for Trump or her family, even if she did all of that, okay? That makes her a racist? You people and your racism is so out of control. It's just unbelievable to me. Good for her for not playing into your bullshit accusations, okay? Because she's... Anyway, I just so sick of you people, like, accusing everyone of being a fascist and a racist. And so check this out. I thought this was kind of interesting.
Oh no, a white woman with blonde hair and blue eyes that grew up around Trump supporters isn't ashamed to be a white woman with blonde hair and blue eyes. Let's pretend to be shocked for a minute. No matter how much y'all try and shame white people for being white, a vast majority of them are not going to be ashamed to be white, and they're actually going to be proud to be white. And why wouldn't they at this point? They are the main demographic in America.
First off, I don't know about being proud to be white, but I'm white. So, and that's the reality of the situation. You just got to deal with it. You all are trying to shame us for being white. It's like us trying to shame you for being black. You're proud to be black. You're proud to be Latino. You're proud to be Asian. You're proud. But the minute it comes to this white thing, all of a sudden we all have to feel some kind of white guilt about being white. So I'm going to just say this to you, my friend. It has nothing to do with being proud. It's just what I am. I'm just a white person.
America, they are catered to, and to them, they are winning. So no, a video about genes and genetics catering to white people in 2025 does not surprise me one bit. What surprises me more at this point is like, it's the fake outrage at this.
How is it catering to white people? Because a white person is doing an ad talking about her genes, because you're all missing the point. Now, nowhere does it say black people or a person of color can't buy the product. And I bet you they do have a lot of people of color buying those products as well. Also, I think black people in 2025 and white people sort of mix together and shop at the same places and wear the same kind of clothes. So it just feels a little bit racist in what you're saying.
This point, you guys want to project onto these people that they are socially aware, they want to do better for everyone in America, when a vast majority of people do not care about the social construct of America. They care how it benefits them,
including
and that's
you,
all that matters to them at the end of the
including
day.
you.
They don't care who is losing, they care about how is it going to benefit
including
them.
you.
And Sydney Sweeney is a perfect example of that. You guys wanted to project onto her that she was going to be socially construct and tear down her conservative upbringing, and she's not. She's actually probably proud of it deep down, and she's telling people behind closed doors, but she doesn't want to come out to the world because then she would lose a lot of her fans.
That's not true.
So I say all this to say to you, do not be surprised that white people are proud to be white in 2025.
Oh my God, that feels like a very racist statement right there, my friend. And also, don't tell me you're not going to take the dollar over your community. I think we got to start having like some real conversation about this. Just because somebody's white, that does not make them racist or make them not want to help fix problems in this country. But when you start to push people on sides, conservative, liberal, Democrat, Republican, and you start to say these kinds of things, you are creating divides that will not, solve the problem of racism and hate and, all the anti-Semitism, all of it. It's just not going to, because you keep creating these sides. And because she comes from I come from a very conservative family. Okay, that doesn't mean anything. Okay, I am not a conservative, because you all keep calling me a right-wing bootlicking blah, 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 blah. You go right ahead, but those are not really where I come from. I would say now I have some more conservative values than I do, but I don't pigeonhole myself into one space. I have a very open mind about things. I'm also very logical, okay? And I live in a reality-based space. But this idea that if you're white now, you can't be proud,
First, those right there, that's gaslighting. That's gaslighting. But you're saying that a person of blackness can be proud, but a person of whiteness, if they say they're proud, is racism. To me, that's gaslighting. Again, I will go back to telling you, I'm not proud to be white. I just am white. That's just the reality of it.
Did American Eagle just run an ad for eugenics?
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney, Hasbro Keens.
Totally just talking about denim, right?
Yeah.
Just a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman explaining how her good genes gave her personality and purity. I mean, are we really going to pretend that this isn't a little fashy-coded? Look, I'm not saying that Sydney Sweeney personally wrote this ad to revive the Third Reich, but American Eagle absolutely knew what they were doing here. You don't get to drop lines about inherited traits, blue eyes, and great genes while zooming in on somebody that could have walked straight off of a Nazi propaganda poster and expect people not to catch that reference.
I doubt
Good
that.
genes used to mean racial purity in fascist circles, and now it's just denim marketing. We are watching fascist aesthetics sneak back into...
You people are just so pathetic and grasping at straws. And secondly, what if, let's just put a person of color in space, a black person or an Asian. What if they said the same thing? What if they said all of that? Would that have been considered something such as that? Would that? It's just a question. I'm wondering if you took her out and put somebody of black or Asian or Hispanic or any of that, how would that come off? How would that come off? I think it would come off the same way. But because it's a white, blonde, blue-eyed, hot chick, and I doubt she would have been on a Nazi propaganda poster, just so you know. Doubt it, big time. I love this next one. This one I found, and I was like, this is genius. Watch this.
You know who doesn't have a problem with this? Are straight men. Straight men have zero problem with this. Because every straight man, unless he's like married and actively trying not to look at other women, finds this woman attractive.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what color he is. She is objectively attractive. And for the last 4 years, they've been throwing up every freaking thing under the sun. Even it's bothering me. I don't want to go to freaking Walmart and see a bunch of freaking ugly ass chicks that don't deserve to be models on the side. Look, I'm 5'2". When I was younger, people used to tell me, "Oh, you should model, you should model." Hey, guess what? I'm too short. I'm too short. Do you see?
Good.
Like, I'm too short to model. Like, stop. Stop. You're too fat to model. You're too ugly to model. You aren't considered attractive by most people. You shouldn't be modeling. This is ridiculous. She's beautiful. All men of every color think that she's beautiful.
That's right.
Like, if they don't, it's because they have like a very specific preference.
That's right.
Sometimes a fetish for another race. Is that okay? So it's okay if she's like an Asian chick? Just shut the fuck up. Shut up.
I was so genius. You're too fat to model. They shoved all that crap in our faces. You remember that? And again, you want to be fat, you go right ahead. But I'm not into it. And a lot of people aren't into it. The majority of the world does not want to see obese models, okay? That is an actual fetish. I was in the adult entertainment business. That's a huge fetish. So you go right over there and you make all your ads that you want. But to put them on a Calvin Klein ad in the front of Calvin Klein stock dropped, okay? You can just see. All you got to do is go to the stock market and look at what companies are doing good and what companies are doing bad. I'll bring back Bud Light, okay? They fired that marketing chick right after that happened. They lost so much insane amount of money. Look, money talks, people, whether you like it or not, and you're going to hurt your feelings. And that's just the reality of the situation. You live in America, and people like money, and people like to be a success. And you go to where the money is, and you go to what people want to see. And so you're all rage baiting. That's what you all are doing here. It's a fascist eugenics. Like, you know, wow, how dare they put a white, blonde, hot chick in the middle of this amazing ad and make money from it. We should go back to showing fat, obese people eating cake and talking about how amazing they are. Like, yeah, right. Remember Blair did that whole thing about 5 fat influencers all died. They all died. Why? Because we know that obesity is not okay. So stop pretending like it is, okay? And I'm not being fat phobic, so chill out, sit down, okay? I'm telling you the truth. It is not okay to be obese. And this idea that you can just be an influencer influencing that and shoving stuff in your face like that is disgusting and teaching people bad attitudes. What is wrong with an ad like this is that you're all reading into it as if it means something that it doesn't mean at all. It was genius marketing and has nothing to do with Nazis or fascism or any of that. It has to do with money. So this next one, somebody asked the same question I had. What if they would have used a different color or skin person, right? And then this person says this.
But they didn't use another skin color. They used the white skin color. So instead of moving the goalpost and switching it around so that you can argue on a playing field you feel more comfortable with, maybe take a second to think about the fact you're defending white supremacy.
There we go. It's white supremacy. Oh my God, people. It is, and then they always look like that. They're so jealous of her. It's so fucking hilarious and great. Oh my God. Just grow up, everybody. Grow up. Deal with it. Your woke nonsense bullshit of putting these ugly ass people in ads is over. No one wants to see your non-binary weirdo men in beards and dresses and JVN selling women's products and acting like a psychopath. Like, no one wants to see that anymore. Everyone wants to see a hot chick like Sydney Sweeney in those ads. So deal with it. Call it what you want. Call it racist, Nazi, fascist. Everyone else over there is running to the bank and their stock went up. So anyway, I think the ads are super hot and thank God we're getting back to something I can actually see and feel excited about. So with that, I hope you guys all have an awesome rest of your day. And comments are awesome. Leave the comments. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. Thanks for helping this channel grow so I can bring you this content. And have a great rest of your day. And just laugh. Just laugh at the absurdity of these people. They're so dumb. They're going down, and it's why they're grasping at straws. I'll see you guys all on the next one.